I want to go back to this whole issue with critical race theory. This is the thing that I need people to understand. This is not about critical race theory. Again, Christopher Rufo and all these people, they said exactly what they wanted to do. Their goal was very simple. Anything dealing with race, equity, inclusion, DEI, anything. They have been wanting to get rid of slavery and other issues out of textbooks for a very long time. This is not about critical race theory. Critical race theory is the umbrella banner by which they're putting everything under. When you have these people who are going to school board meetings talking about my child brought this homework home, they cannot name the teacher, they cannot name the principal, they cannot name the school. And so we need to understand what this is. These are white people. They are playing on white fears. And that CNN story with those suburban, Virginia moms, same BS. They are appealing to the whiteness of these people. That's what we're seeing.
That's correct. And the fact of the matter is, what needs to be done is, when we think about the word parents, we can't allow that to be code word for white parents. So when they say, parents feel, you need to push back and say, which parents are you talking about? Because as was said already on the panel, there was not a rallying of Black and brown parents in Virginia saying this is what we want for our children. And furthermore, many of us are parents. And so we can't cede ground to a small group of loud voices by them saying, well, you don't want to listen to parent. Well, I have 3 daughters and I'm a parent. And I'm saying to you, this is what should be happening for not only my 3 children, but the children in my community who are also my children. So we cannot cede that point. We cannot allow parents to equal white people. We cannot allow CRT to only equal Black and brown people because critical race theory and culturally responsive education is about all children. And frankly, when you go into Appalachia with classrooms full of blonde hair, blue-eyed white children, and they don't have access to clean water and they don't have access to quality school buildings, absolutely. The Dems need to be on the trail saying, do you want your school building to be brought into the 21st century? Do you deserve access for your children here in tribal country, here in Appalachia, here in other suburban communities so that your children can be world-class citizens? And unfortunately, those are not the things that we're saying. But most of all, we cannot see that the term parent means white people because we are parents collectively. And as a community, we know it takes village work. So when we're talking about policies, we need to ask people to be specific on what they're talking about. And we also need to say what we are going to do, not just what we're against. Frankly, again, McAuliffe lost that race. I will not see that Youngkin won the race. He won the election, but McAuliffe made some missteps that really isolated parents and said to parents, your voice is not valuable in this space. And that can't be the case either. Right? You can't just say, you don't really know what you're talking about. And frankly, what we've seen around the country is that people know their neighbors. They know who they go to the grocery store with. They know who they sit in their church pews, mosques, synagogues. And they did not overwhelmingly, despite the money poured into school board elections, vote for people who are anti-CRT, vote for those loud voices willing to be disrespectful to teachers, disrespectful to school leaders, and to existing school board members. They did not vote them in on a wave because people know their neighbors. And so I agree we need to push in more locally. But there does need to be a national campaign to sell what exactly are the Democrats about? What does education policy mean for you and your child? And what are we going to do to make sure that happens? And we need to weave and sew the needle around what that explicitly means for people of color. And if you're in Appalachia, you talk to those families. If you're in tribal country, you talk to Native Americans. If you're in Brooklyn, New York, or Baltimore, Maryland, you talk to Black families. If you're in El Paso, Texas, you talk to Latino families. You don't just make blanket statements and not explain to people how your policies are going to improve their lives immediately. And that must happen. Schools don't exist in isolation. Schools exist in an ecosystem. So when you have this infrastructure money coming in, you talk about transportation, you talk about affordable housing, you talk about access to new jobs and how that's going to make sure that their quality of life is one that they can believe in and that they can practice self-determination. If that doesn't happen, we can expect not only a 2022 wave, but we should be iffy about 2024.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Harris, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure, it's wireless. Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021. Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking. Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you. All of it.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Wow. Roland was amazing on there.
Playbook, I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?